Welcome on into a very special episode on the All Aussie Rules YouTube channel. We've got a 2025 Brownlow prediction video coming your way today. We're going to go through who we think is going to win the Brownlow. This is going on our votes that we do here at All Aussie Rules every single week. Not saying it's going to be correct, but who knows? I mean, it's a very open year, and spoiler alert, I have it as a very, very tight leaderboard. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Plenty of content every single day just about at the moment on the YouTube channel. With season reviews for every team as they get eliminated. Plenty of grand final stuff, so check it all out. Don't forget to hit up all the social medias, All Aussie Rules everywhere. And without any further ado, let's jump into the content for this video. I think probably about 20 minutes it will take for this video. I don't know, but we'll see. Jumping into it, we'll go team by team first of all and just have a look at that, and then we'll move into the leaderboard and a little bit of an analysis of the top 10 or so players once we've done all that. First off, Adelaide Crows. Jordan Dawson, I think, surely will be top of Adelaide Crows' Brownlow leaderboard this year. He had a great season. They had a wide variety of players that will poll votes. He will almost certainly get the most. I've got him on 30. Rankin on 18 obviously misses the end of the season. His start to the year was really good. He maybe faded away a little bit towards the end. I think he had most of those votes probably in the first half of the year. Saligo next, maybe not as good as maybe he hoped. Neil Bullen was 6, and Thilthorpe's an interesting one. He could get anywhere up to almost 12 to 15 votes, I can see. I've got him on 6, but I try to do it the way I see the umpires voting it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be right. So Thilthorpe is definitely one that could get a lot more. Ben Keys, 5. Peatling, 4. Curtin, 3. Rochelle, 2. Keane, 2. Laird, 2. Worrell, 2. Riley O'Brien and Tex Walker, 1 each. A lot of players for Adelaide getting votes, according to me. A lot more than some other teams as well. Specifically, Brisbane right here. Next up, the Lions. This one will be a lot closer for top player, top vote getter. We've got Hugh McCluggage with 22 votes. He had a great season. Then we're going Lockie Neal with 18, Josh Dunkley 15. I can see any of those three all getting around about that 20 mark, maybe even slightly above. Then Will Ashcroft and Zach Bailey both with 13 each. Sorko with 9. Logan Morris 4. Calamarchi 1. So we don't have a huge variety of players getting votes for Brisbane. There will be some others in there that get votes here and there, you'd have to think. But overall, I think you're looking at those maybe top 2 as the main 2 getting votes for Brisbane, with a sprinkling of Dunkley and certainly Will Ashcroft in the later part of the season. I think after about round 13 gets probably 10 of those 13 votes just about. Moving on to the Blues. Carlton. George Hewitt. He should, in my opinion, and probably most people's opinion, be Carlton's highest vote getter this year. Paddy Cripps obviously does really well with the umpires typically, but George Hewitt was their best midfielder this year. I've got him getting 22. I've got Paddy Cripps getting 14, which is probably more than I actually think he should get, but that's about what I think he will get. Tom De Koning, he started the year okay. I've got him on 8. He certainly faded away in the second half of the year. Adam Chera on 6. Sam Walsh, 5. Harry Mackay, 5. Brody Kemp, Sam Doherty, and Francis Evans all with 2 each. Moving on to Collingwood, a big list of players here. Nick Dacos is clearly going to be their number 1 vote getter this year. There is absolutely no doubt about that. It's probably going to be that way for the next 10 years, just about as well. Nick Dacos, 30. Still Sidebottom had a great year with 10. Josh Dacos, I've got him on 9. Could see him getting anywhere up to 15. Jamie Elliott, 7. Scott Pendlebury also on 7. Then Crisp, Howe, Shooter, Ned Long, and Geordie DeGoey all on 3. And then Darcy Cameron, Tim Membry on 2 each. Tom Mitchell getting the 1 vote. That's how I see the Collingwood Magpies. On to the Bombers. Clearly, Zach Merritt, his start to the year was outstanding. He ends up with only 16 votes from me. I think 12 of them were by about the halfway mark, so by round 11. Had a different sort of back end of the season once they rotated his position. He fought some injuries and whatnot. Nick Martin, 12 votes. Obviously, he got injured 3/4 of the way through the season. Jai Caldwell, Sam Durham, Mason Redman all on 4. McGrath, Roberts, and Peter Wright all with 3 votes each. Not a massive amount of votes for the Bombers, but when they lost their last 12 games in a row or whatever it was, that's no real surprise. Caleb Sarong for the Dockers and Andrew Brayshaw will be the 2 that get votes. They will both get big votes. Sarong, I think, gets more than Brayshaw typically. I think that's how this will go. I've got him on 28. I've got Brayshaw 24. Don't be surprised to see that flipped, but I genuinely believe those who will get most of their votes. Bolton gets 7, Clark 6, Jackson gets 5, but he could get up to 10 or 12 maybe. Hayden Young 3, Tracy 3, Murphy Reid in his first season getting 3, and Paddy Voss picking up the 3 votes. Moving on to the Cats, obviously a great season from them in the home and away season, and we've got Bailey Smith on top with 27. His big issue is probably going to be the fact that he missed a few games, but he's still right up there. Maxi Holmes, 26. So those two probably by far their top 2 vote getters. Then a sprinkling of other people like Jeremy Cameron. He kicked 85 goals this year or whatever it was during the home and away season, 80-something goals. He's going to get votes. 12 might be unders for someone that's kicked 80-something goals, in all honesty. He could get up to 20-something if the umpires genuinely like what he was putting out there, which is a possibility. Sometimes they love key forwards, sometimes they don't. Hopefully they do, and he has a big season, but we'll see. Manor 8, Dangerfield 6, Myers 5, Zach Guthrie 4, Tyson Stengel 2, and then Stevens, O'Connor, DeConing, and Atkins all getting 1 each. For the Gold Coast Suns, this is probably the most interesting team. Once again, it's going to be dominated by 2 players, Matt Rowell, Noah Anderson. The market suggests that it's probably Anderson, the higher rated one of these 2. Matt Rowell's a proven vote getter as well, though. I just think that he will get lots. This is pretty much how I see it. The umpires tend to like him. I've got him on 29. I've got Noah Anderson on 23. Both of them could be up around that 30 mark. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Miller 8, Ben King 5, Bailey Humphrey 3, Dan Rioli 3, Ainsworth, Joel Jeffrey with 2 each, Braden Fiorini and John Noble with 1 each. Moving to the GWS Giants. Bit of a hot little battle at the top, in all honesty here. Finn Callaghan and Tom Green, we've got them both on 22 votes apiece. Finn started the season with a great game and then waited until late in the season before he really got going again, but finished really strong. Tom Green, he did what Tom Green does, was consistent throughout most of the year. Toby Green, back 8 from them. They're on 22. He's on 14. He had a really hot start to the year. Jesse Hogan, 9, missed a fair bit of football. Cadman and Whitfield, 4 each. Himmelberg and Sam Taylor, 2 each. And then Darcy Jones, Stringer, Xavier O'Halloran and Jake Riccardi with 1 vote each. Now on to Hawthorn, which I think we're all fully aware they don't have that star player in the midfield. And the voting for that kind of suggests that. John Newcomb is clearly out in front on 20, but then they have a lot of other vote getters. Dylan Moore, we've got on 9, Jack Gunston 8, Will Day 7, Warple and Impey on 6, Lloyd Meek 5, James Sicily 4, Chol, D'Ambrosio, Carl Amon all on 3, Giaff and Watson on 2 each, and Jack Ginnivan, Josh Battle, Josh Ward and Connor McDonald all with 1 vote each. The Melbourne Demons had a rough season. Max Gawn, we've got on top, though, for them, 18 votes. Another splendid season from him. Pickett gets 15 from us. Petrarca gets the 12. Then it's a big gap down to Viney on 4. Chandler 3. Fritsch, Oliver, Melksham all with 2 each. Salem, Turner, Rivers all 1 each. The Kangaroos, they're an interesting one. I've got Cherry on top with 11, then McKercher 9, Simpkins 7, Sheasel 6, Luke Davies-Yanaki 5, Tom Power 4, Paul Curtis 3, and George Wardlaw 2. They didn't win a whole lot of football. If one of those that is quite low is going to do better, I think maybe Sheasel. He did rack up a lot of disposals at times this year. The umpires might see that. So he is probably the most likely player to beat Tristan Cherry in the overall votes. I could see him getting up to maybe 15, 16 votes. We'll see how that plays out. Maybe Luke Davies-Yanaki, he had a really good second half of the year as well, so he could potentially get some votes as well in that run home. Port Adelaide next. They had 2 players that were a standout for them. They probably didn't win enough games of football this year to be genuine contenders, but Zach Butters 23, Connor Rose 19. Butters missed the start of the year, but once he came into the team, was an absolute gun. I think he missed the first 4 rounds maybe, and then he went 2-3-3 from our votes in his first 3 games of the year. He was splendid. Connor Rose 19, as we said. Horn Francis missed a fair bit of football, 7. Georgiadis 5. He was their best key forward this year. He might get slightly more than that. Jace Burgoyne 4, Aaliyah 1, Joe Richards 1, and Jordan Sweet 1. Richmond, obviously a very young team, a team that was going to struggle this year, and look at their total votes. It does kind of struggle, but Tim Taranto 14. Surprisingly, not too bad of a result for a team that didn't win too many games. He tended to be really good in their wins. I think that will probably put him to the top of their leaderboard. Jacob Hopper 5, Dion Prestia also 5, Floston 4, Jack Ross with 3, and Seth Campbell with 1. On to the Saints, and this is probably the most fascinating watch of the night, I reckon, will be Nashaya Wanganeen Malira. How much will the umpires notice how good this guy is? I've got him on 27 votes, and I think he'll come with an absolute flurry in the back end of the season through rounds 15 to round 22. So that's 8 matches. I've got him 4 best on grounds and 3 second best on grounds. So 7 out of 8 games in the top 2 in the votes. So he could come with an absolute flurry. If he's got votes by the time we get to round 14, if he's on like anything close to 10 plus at that point, watch out, because he will come home with an absolute flurry. 27 for him. Jack Sinclair on 10. Jack McRae 8. Windhager 6. Rowan Marshall 5. Callum Wilkie and Max Hall with 3 each. And then Cooper Sharman, Darcy Wilson and Jack Steele all on 2. On to the Swans, who had a rough season this year. They did not win enough football, I don't think, for Isaac Heaney to be a genuine contender. He had a few really, really good games, there's no doubt about it. But I think in the grand scheme of things, if he couldn't win it last year, he's going to find it very difficult this year when they've won about 8 less games throughout the year. Heaney, 19. Brodie Grundy was outstanding. I've got him on 10. Chad Warner and Errol Goulden, 9 each. Goulden, of course, only playing half the season. He votes very well. He gets votes every season. Nick Blakey on 8. Riley Bice and Tom Papley on 3 each. And Matt Roberts and Will Hayward each on 2. Onto the West Coast Eagles. They won just the 1 game this year. They're going to struggle to get too many votes. They should hopefully get more than I've given them, in all honesty. But it was a rough season for them. There's no doubt about it. You win 1 game, you're not going to have anyone really in that much contention, are you? 4 for Brady Howe, then Hewitt, Marrick and Kelly all on 2 each. Harley Reid, Waterman and Luke Ryan with 1 each. You'd hope they get more than that. And then the Western Bulldogs, Bontempelli always gets less than I give him, but he is the best player in the competition. He missed too much football probably to be a genuine contender this year. I think he didn't play until round 5 or 6, somewhere around there. His end to the season was really, really good. I think he polled something like, what did he get? I've got him getting 20 votes after round 15, or from round 15 onwards. So his finish to the season was huge. One day he deserves a Brownlow. He is the best player in the competition, but it's probably never going to happen. Ed Richards, 18. He was great all season, but especially early season. Tom Liberatore, 15. The Bulldogs' issue here is They won probably enough games to get plenty of votes. Their issue is the fact that they have so many midfielders that rack up touches and play outstanding football. So they all kind of going to take votes off each other. Joel Frazier 8, Bailey Dale and Sam Darcy with 7 each. Tim English with 5, Aaron Norton 4, Treloar with 3. Then it's Harms, Bramble, West, and Riley Sanders all with 1. Moving on from the teams, we're now going to take a look at our final leaderboard based on all of that. Every team, every player, every match. We've got a tie for first with Jordan Dawson and Nick Dacos on 30 apiece. Matt Real sitting in third, 1 vote behind on 29. Sarong on 28. Bailey Smith and Nashaya Wanganeen-Malira both on 27 votes. Max Holmes on 26, Brayshaw and Bontempelli on 24. Then Noah Anderson, Zach Butters 23. McCluggage, George Hewitt, Finn Callaghan, Tom Green all on 22. Joe Newcomb on 20. Rose, Heaney both on 19. Rankin, Neil, Gorn and Ed Richards round out the top 20 with 18 votes. It's a fascinating leaderboard, in all honesty. It's very, very close. You look at it from 7th to 1st, there's only 4 votes in it, 26 to 30. That's just over a game. People within a game is 6 players. It's going to be a tight race, I think, and it could go either way. It could go to any of those. Pretty much anyone in the top 10, I wouldn't be that shocked about. I can't see Zach Butters winning it. And Bontempelli probably missed too much football, but pretty much anyone else on that side of the leaderboard, I can see genuinely having a good chance at winning it. I'm not convinced either way. I don't know. Pre-season picks haven't gone great, mainly because Bont got injured. Errol Gordon got injured. Nick Dacos has obviously done okay. My pre-season prediction from last year has done pretty well, Jordan Dawson. But overall, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be a fascinating Brownlow watch. I think it's going to go down to that last game where Matt Rowell and the Gold Coast Suns tore apart Essendon. Maybe that one will be where it's won. Noah Anderson, Matt Rowell, both played sensational games. Noah Anderson probably gets the 3 in that game. Will that determine who gets the Brownlow? We'll see. We'll now jump into leaderboards at certain points of the season. So just so you can keep track of where players are at and if they are on track for what we've suggested. After round 8, Jordan Dawson in front on 12, then Brayshaw 11, McCluggage, Neil, Merritt and Rankin all on 10. Then Matt Rowell, Sarong and Bailey Smith on 9. Nick Dacos, a little bit of a slow start with 8 in 12th spot, and Nashaya Wanganeen-Malira, as we said, came home with a flurry, but at this point was 23rd with 6 votes. And then leaderboard after round 16, so 2/3 of the way. You got to remember Gold Coast at this point have played less games than everyone else. It's in the bye period, so certain other teams haven't played as many as well. It's just a weird little part of the season. But Jordan Dawson on 21, Sarong on 20, Bailey Smith, Nick Dacos both on 18. Then Connor Rose 17 with Max Holmes, George Hewitt and Joe Newcomb on 16. And then back a little bit, Matt Rowell in 10th on 14 and Nashaya Wanganeen-Malira back in 14th on 13 votes. Final thing to look at is the top 5 and a little bit of a comparison between them. Starting at the top, we've got Jordan Dawson. We've got him on 30 votes. He played every game this season. We've got him being best on ground 6 times, 5 times second best on ground and 2 times third best, with a total of probably 16 matches potentially getting votes. So we've got him getting votes in 13. There's potentially another 3 games that I could see him getting votes. So he has had a very good season. He is their standout midfielder. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does poll, but I can see him doing really well. Next up, we've got Nick Dacos, also on 30 votes. Also, very similar run here. 6 best on grounds, 5 second best on grounds, and 2 third best on grounds. Differently though, there's 18 out of 23 matches that he hypothetically could get votes. I'm not saying he will get votes, but he could get votes in. and that's quite a lot. So we'll see how he polls on the day, but watch for Nick Dacos to be up towards the top end of the leaderboard again this year, like he has been on previous couple. Matt Rao in third, played every game as well. 1 vote less, we've got him on 29. We do have him an extra best on ground, 7 times best on ground, 3 times second best on ground, and twice third, with a total of 18 potential vote getting games. So same amount as Nick Dacos. When only 12 of those we gave him votes, there's probably another 6 games that he could get votes in. So we'll see how that plays out, but that is quite appetizing, I guess, for him to make a really good run at this one. Caleb Sarong is next from Fremantle. He played every game, 28 votes, 6 times best on, 4 times second best. So the one difference between Dacos and Dawson and Caleb Sarong is that 1 second best. But also the total potential games of getting votes. When they lose, he kind of doesn't have as good a game, so I don't see him polling too often when they lose. But when they win, he is typically very, very good. We've got him getting 12 games of votes and maybe only 1 other potential, so 28 is probably getting close to the max for Sarong. Bailey Smith is the most interesting of them all. He did miss 3 games. Is that going to cost him a tilt at the Brownlow? Maybe. I still think he genuinely could be a big chance for it. 20 matches, I've got him on 27 votes. 3 times best on, 6 times second best on, and 6 times third best on. With a total of 15 potential vote getting games. He's going to poll well. You just know that he's going to poll well. He's obvious that he's getting the ball. He's getting a lot of the football. He's got long, flowing hair. The umpires are going to notice him. He's going to poll well. There's just no doubt about it. So he'll be up there. Whether those 3 games missed cost him it, there's a good chance it might, but we'll see how that plays out on the day. And Nashaya Wanganeen-Malira played every game, 27 votes, as we said, comes home with a wet sail. 4 times best on ground, 6 times second best on ground, 3 times third best on ground. Total of 15 potential vote getting games, so an extra couple chances in there. We've got him on 27 votes. That's how the top 6 stacks out. We'll bring up the final leaderboard again just to wrap up this video. But that's everything we have for you today in this Brownlow prediction video. The Brownlow hopefully hasn't been by the time you've watched this. At time of recording, it's a couple days away. By the time this goes up, it will be, 36 hours until Brownlow count starts. Let me know who you think's going to win the Brownlow in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that noti bell. There's going to be plenty of grand final content coming out this week, including the grand final podcast tomorrow on Monday will be released. So massive week coming up. There'll be grand final previews throughout the week. Plenty of content all over. All Aussie Rules everywhere. Go check it out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Jay. This is All Aussie Rules, and we'll catch us on the next one.